My phone just kept ringing, to the point where I get up and I answer and I was like, what?
There was some pound on the lineup saying, hey, something just happened at the World Trade Center.
I got a phone call from my brother, said wake up and look at the news.
Eu lembro como se fosse ontem. Foi uma coisa muito louca.
Tava lá aparecendo os aviões chegando, puf, puf, foi sinistro.
I didn't believe it. It was like a movie.
Surreal, man. It's sad, very sad.
I mean, the record shows that on, I think it was August 6th, 2001, President Bush, while on vacation in Crawford, was given the security report that said, I think the headline was something, Bin Laden to attack America, and determined that, yeah, and that he was going to possibly use airplanes. And then he continued on his vacation for the rest of the month and had the sort of disengaged outlook that he seemed to have throughout his presidency. So I think you can definitely claim negligence.
As the attack took place, Mr. Bush was on his way to an elementary school in Florida. When informed of the first plane hitting the World Trade Center, where terrorists had struck just 8 years prior, Mr. Bush decided to go ahead with his photo opportunity.
A reação primeira, depois dos 11 de setembro, depois dos atentados, foi voltar os olhos para o Afeganistão, porque o que seria o mentor dos atentados, que era o Osama Bin Laden, estaria escondido no Afeganistão. Então, a reação imediata foi guerra contra o Afeganistão. Os afegãos, eles não têm realmente ideia do que foi o 11 de setembro. Alguns sabem o que foi porque ouviram alguma coisa, uma imagem aqui e ali, mas se 85% do país não tem nem energia elétrica, você imagina que isso é uma minoria. Ouviram falar, tal, mas não tem a dimensão do acontecimento, né? E não ligam muito o 11 de setembro à guerra. A maioria acha que os Estados Unidos entrou lá para ajudá-los, para libertá-los do Talibã. Porque, ao contrário do que se dizia antes, né, os afegãos não são apoiadores do Talibã, eles odeiam os talibãs.
You got to investigate 9/11 because there's never one side of a story, ever, in anything. I don't care whether it's a squabble at home with your sister or it's a massive geopolitical event such as 9/11. The tune out of 9/11 is not to be familiar with the other set of data.
When we receive any type of experience, whether it be a traumatic experience, say there was somebody standing there watching as those buildings came down in 9/11, that's an experience that entered everybody's perception in a different way. Some people were thinking, oh, my family's in there. Some people were thinking, thank God my family's not in there. Some were thinking, I have to run. Some were thinking, I have to get in there and help other people out. So everybody was digesting information, everything that they were seeing, they were digesting it in different ways. And when you digest all that information in different ways, it'll come out as a different expression. So the media just has to take it and say, you know what, this is how you should feel. You should be mourning the 3,000 people, because this is what most people want. They want to see that there was an atrocity. They want to see that because they want to understand that all of this rage that they're feeling inside is also going on in the outside world. So it gives them a reason and permission to feel those feelings.
You say, you know what, this event, given that it's on this day, the best part about it's about unity and it's about taking the day back. I don't want to live years from now, every time 9/11 comes up, I have to hear about this shit every single year because it's not important. I mean, I feel for families, obviously. You should feel the death of anyone that dies of anything, from a car accident. You don't hear people having days of the 90 9/11s that occur every year because of car accidents, which easily we could redesign infrastructure for that. You don't hear about the cancer cures that are actually in operation that are suppressed by the establishment, and all the people that die of cancer every year having their own day. They might have marches and things like that, but nothing like this.
9/11 was absolutely a tragedy, but what the media did with 9/11 is a completely different story. The media put it and digested it into, a nice little box that everybody could understand. Within this box, this is 9/11. That's not 9/11. That's the media's digested story of it.
So it's just about comparing facts, comparing data, and to not involve yourself in the debate is to only tune into that one stream of information. Today you can go and watch the BBC, you can go turn on National Geographic and watch a number of different documentaries that attempt to tell a different view of 9/11. And their different view of 9/11 is to acknowledge us as conspiracy theorists, to debunk our claims. And as of yet, they haven't done anything but to create straw men.
This is a political tool. It's an emotional exploitation of a vengeance-based culture that seeks retribution, that's reinforced in the culture, and it's unfortunate that all it does is continue the same cycle. If this is all the best we can do as the American culture, is get together, as this is how we create unity, as to try to find enemies somewhere else and use this day as our imperialist tool to do anything we want, that's a rogue sickness.
There's a lot of unanswered questions, and I believe that really gets to the heart of the fact that there's a lot of unanswered questions within us, and there's a lot of dark, gray areas that we can't even explain about why we react to the world the way we do, why we react to our government the way we do, why the government reacts to us the way we do.
You need that sense of skepticism to think in the back of your mind, well, what's this guy's motive? Or why is this guy doing this? That really acknowledge that liars exist, that people who are trained politicians, who are trained journalists, stare at the TV screen, stare right into your two eyeballs, and lie to you.
Toda a guerra que foi travada em território afegão, pelo menos as guerras recentes, não tinham relação com os afegãos. Eles sempre foram invadidos por estrangeiros que brigavam no seu solo por interesses que não tinham a ver com o interesse do Afeganistão. Foi assim no 11 de setembro. Você nunca deve ter ouvido falar de terroristas afegãos, porque não existem.
My friend, when you have a power everywhere in the world, you use the power. If you have a power, even you are lying, but nobody telling me you are lying. If you don't have a power, even you are true, somebody say, oh no, you don't say the truth, you are lying.
At the end of the day, I don't really care what happened in 9/11. It's not important to me because there's so many much more important problems or larger problems at hand when it comes to what society needs to do to make itself safe, to make itself sane, to establish good public health, to establish infrastructure that can work, massive energy problems.
We have drug epidemics all over this world too. Another, alcohol and drugs take more lives than what is happening in wars, which is unbelievable. Well, you know, the thing that really bothers me is the amount of money that's involved. We have people that don't have food. We have people all over this world that are starving. And I just don't understand that it's not about money, it's about competition, respect and dignity, and working hard. It's all about values.
It was very short and succinct. 3,000 people died in a very short amount of time, whereas the 100,000 people afterwards, due to the wars that died, it wasn't as televised, it wasn't short, succinct, it wasn't a soundbite. So it doesn't make as much sense to us. As you know, movies, you want the quickest line possible to make the quickest point possible, otherwise we lose our attention.
War solves no problems, and I think that from our very youngest in schools have to be taught values about how precious life is and how, if we work together, we'll have a more beautiful life than the way things seem to be going in this world today. Terror is not an answer to anything except devastation of people.
Since 9/11, American people have started to think more like other countries that live under the threat of terrorism, such as Israel. And they're putting all of their finances and all of their effort into building up this war on terror. So, since 9/11, we've began to participate in the largest war that would far surpass World War I, World War II, what some people are calling the hidden World War III, which is the war on terror, which is unending.
That event, not only in and of itself, was so affecting and so tragic, it had multiple tragedies take place as a result of it, because those who died on that day, their names were used in vain to start not one war, but two wars, and ruin us and our reputation around the world.
Terror is bigger than one person. And he's a person who's now been marginalized. So I don't know where he is. Nor, I just don't spend that much time on him, Kelly, to be honest with you.
Didn't spend much time on him? What kind of president was he?
I'm a war president. I make decisions here in the Oval Office in foreign policy matters with war on my mind.
It's very easy for me, if I look at or anyone, I hope, to look back in history to see what's been done in the name of war and patriotism or even religion, and have someone think back and say, you know what, I think we're going to have to kill a couple thousand people to make sure we protect our interests in the future. This is the way people think. This is the way terrorists think, in a very abstract way.
I don't know what happened. Anybody did wrong. I think anybody have to kill the people. I don't like him, whatever, who is the Christian, Muslim, Hindu, whatever they have. I don't like it.
Todos os eventos do circuito, a gente tem dentro do plano de segurança do evento uma seção antiterrorista.
We do risk assessments on every event, every location. We deal a lot with the government.
Agora demora mais para a gente passar na segurança. O pessoal revista a prancha, revista a mala, revista tudo.
Seems like a lot more security and a lot more fear, but it just shows you that what people can think of, they can do, and it's terrible sometimes.